All right, welcome back to the Riz Show. And we have a guest here. Mr. John Caparulo makes his return to the Riz Show. It's been just a little over a year since you were here last.
Has it been? Yeah, it's been about that. Yeah,
March of 2019 was the last time you were in St. Louis. Welcome back.
That's how creative we are with my scheduling. just do March again. Let's go.
Well, I was looking at your schedule. So you've been doing some shows. You did some shows in Cleveland, your hometown.
Yeah.
Where else have you?
Because I was actually supposed to be here the same time this year. I think we rescheduled it twice now. But yeah. It was. I was in Cleveland last month, which was my first show back at all since March, and then I did, and then last night. So yeah, it's different.
Is it? How crazy to look out on the crowd. And there's people with masks on, socially distant.
Right. It's, everybody's spread, which the spread out really isn't, it actually is kind of fun for me because, I've said to a lot of people, like, when I back in March when I was doing shows every night, because I had a residency show in Vegas and I travel sometimes, but, back when we were in March, I remember I had an act, but I don't really remember it. So actually, the spread out vibe, and it actually makes everybody a lot more relaxed and patient to go, hey, I bet there's a joke at the end of this. And, it's a very, it's kind of a fun, creative, artistic vibe for me, actually, because everybody is a lot more sort of spread out. And when they're spread out, they're not. It's just there isn't as high of an energy in there, but it's kind of a cool vibe.
Everybody's chill.
Yeah, and which I need right now because, like I said, I don't remember any of my jokes. So yeah, I'm hunting and pecking up there, but it's kind of fun.
Well, you're at Funny Bone this weekend. You got 2 shows tonight, 7:30, 9:30. Tomorrow, 7 and 9:30. So your act from March, is it even relevant now?
See, that's the thing too. Is if I tried to do it because as a comic, it's kind of your job to, be present and be sort of talk about,
timely and topical.
Yeah. You kind of have to be because it's when I started back, when I did my first shows last month in Cleveland, it's not like if for some reason I decided to take 4, 5, 6 months off, for my own reasons, and I came back, it'd be okay. Like I could just start back up and start just doing a lot of the same stuff or whatever. But it's not everybody's taking that time. It's the world's changed in that time. So it's like you sort of have to come from a different perspective, with panties on your face. But no, it is a very it's a different approach. So I would feel like I was cheating my audience if I just went up there and just, all right, let's start back up like it's March 15th. I can't do that.
Did you go back home to Cleveland to kind of spend the time there, or were you in Vegas? Because you have a residency at Harrah's, which after St. Louis here, I don't see any other shows on your schedule until October.
Right, and that's the Las Vegas still has everything. Everything actually is back up and running in Las Vegas except for live shows and hookers. So, it makes sense. My wife and daughter went to a water park a couple weeks ago in Vegas. That's fine. It's okay. We don't want anybody laughing together, but it's all right to swim in strangers' pee, I guess.
We did have a question, though. Are the guys still outside handing out the cards for the hookers?
You know what? No, actually, they're not.
Oh,
wow.
It's
as far as that goes, they
massive job loss in that industry.
Really, you'd almost. It's. I think it has to go back underground now.
Your dad used to collect those cards.
Sure did. He collected them like baseball cards.
I did too. Yeah.
He would go out. He would go out and just get a bunch of them. They like him and my mom. The way that they went to Vegas is like my mom would always go play slots. My dad would then go and do blackjack, and they would stay at like MGM so you could walk across to New York, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And every once in a while they'd split up, and then they'd meet. Hey, let's do dinner at 7. And they'd meet at dinner at 7, and they'd, oh, what you got? Oh, I got an Amber. Oh, what do you got?
Yeah, I got a Bambi
Cheyenne.
Rookie.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to Vegas, basically on every corner there's usually a Mexican guy handing out these
cards for escorts. The thing that I remember is they catch your attention by slapping it on their hand or slapping the cards together.
Well,
here you go.
My first time me and my buddy went on spring break like back in the 90s, and I remember they were just all over the street. Like they were just, it was like litter. They were just everywhere on the ground, and that's why we started picking them up and putting them in a backpack. Like, oh no, we don't have that one. We don't have that one. And I remember as a kid, see, because it says on the card, it's just, I'll come to your room and strip for $49. I'm like, or I could just masturbate with your card for a while for free. So I think I'm up already, Vegas. All right.
So did you ride it out in Vegas, or did you go back to?
We still live in Vegas. So yeah, we're there.
Oh, permanently, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
because if you have a residency, I was always wondering if people who have residencies in Vegas, how do they do you stay in the hotel? Did they give you a big suite?
Well, that was the thing. Like early on, like we had to learn all that stuff too. But it was like we were at first, like they put us, like they rented us a house like out in the suburbs or something like that at first, and then after we'd been there for a while, we found our own place. So,
right.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, did you get like big, suite with the double doors? And
I thought I'd be like on the Chris Angel show or something. Like I'd live at the top of the thing.
And then like I got to go to work, and you just take the elevator down to the theater.
Yeah, I think that's just TV. So I think he's just got a house probably. So yeah.
But do you when you live there, do you gamble ever? I mean, do you stay with the common folk?
I gambled more. I'm common folk, but I used to gamble more actually in Los Angeles, because Los Angeles, I've never been into like slots or craps or anything like that. I used to play poker quite a bit, and until I realized I shouldn't. Why am I competing at a math game with Asians right now? That's dumb. But but in Vegas, I think I sat down at one table, and people, like if I could have, like we're talking about like audiobooks and stuff like that, if I could, if I could sit there and like listen to headphones or something, but people flip out at poker tables. Like, what's he listening to? What, like, really? You think I'm cheating at the 1-2 table? Like, think I have a system here so I can win $40?
Yeah, I love the people that, they have their neighborhood card games and they think, World Series of Poker next. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And I went to the Ameristar Casino up in St. Charles, and I was like, I'm going to sit at my first table, really gamble with money.
Yeah.
With people I don't know, and I lasted maybe 15 minutes, and I was done.
They
ate me alive.
Right. And because they can see, because it actually, they can tell when it means something to you, when they go raise, and you're like, that's a car payment, isn't it? It's like, but, I mean, I've always, with poker, I've always thought like, well, when they call them like, when they try to refer to professional poker players as like athletes, that's a little far, because it's like I still could get lucky here. I could just draw aces, and win. But if I play one-on-one with LeBron, I'm gonna lose. Like I can't draw
every time.
There's nothing I'm gonna draw, because it's gonna
unless you draw a bat and break his leg. Even still, he'd probably beat you. Probably. No, I'm wondering if the locals there in Vegas, do they look? I mean, listen, they love the tourists. They love people coming to town and
leaving all their money,
spending money there. But do they kind of look at the people who flying for the weekend and go, look at these suckers?
I would look at these suckers.
I think that's probably how old Vegas was. I think that's probably before everything became kind of mainstream with that, especially like with poker, because I think when you talk about like the World Series of Poker used to be decided on what, like 2 tables or something, and like it wasn't televised, or if it was very it was ESPN 8 or something. But it's now it's become such a big thing because of the internet. There's so many people who've learned how to play.
Yeah, it's at Poker Stars.
And the thing is if you do have a head for that sort of thing, I'm not good at breaking down odds and looking. I can't figure out a tell. Like I have no idea. Like that guy. It's like, oh, he raised. I have no idea why. So it's like I just play my hand.
So is your home actually in Vegas proper, or are you out on like Henderson or one of those?
Summerlin, actually, like out.
What's the address?
Henderson.
What's the address?
The address is well, I'm stupid, so
What are you coming over?
Not unless he gives me his address.
And you just show up. Like I don't invite you.
Hey, you remember me from St. Louis?
Yeah, it's like, oh, I do.
I got the Bambi rookie card you were talking about.
Is it the desert? I mean, you basically live in the desert.
Yeah, everything. It's cactuses and stuff. We live the house we're in now. We live on a golf course. We don't belong to that golf course, so we're just there.
You
when
own the
somebody
house?
shakes their tee shot. Yeah, it's we've never had a window broken, but it'll sound like we're under attack sometime. Where you just against the side of the house, like, what the? And some guy out there going, "Sorry." Like,
the title is too. Or?
Yeah, right. It's like, yeah, it is. It's in my bag now. You ain't getting it back.
No, because I'm wondering. In March and April, we were kind of locked away in our homes, and you're a stranger in a strange land in Vegas. And did you kind of have to?
Well, no, I've lived there we've been there since 2018, so we're kind of used to. I mean, my daughter started school in January, preschool there, and and then everything got shut down in March. But she's back at it now. Everything's back now, like I said, except comedy shows.
Listen, I've lived here in St. Louis since 2003, and I still feel sometimes like I'm a stranger.
But yeah, my wife's always making fun of me because I never know where anything. I know where my show is, and I know where Walmart is because I loved it because at Walmart I always had my hours. Now, of course, they close it. They were closing at 8:30. They close at 10 now. They're like because everybody can catch the virus more after midnight.
Yes,
and it's more contagious when it's dark. But yeah, it's like I just need to know where I get. Basically, I need to go get my groceries and I need to go do my show, and then I go home. Like I really don't. I don't get. They've gone everywhere. They know where everything is. But
did you cut your hair at home? Because that was a big thing. Everyone is cutting their hair at home.
I've done that anyway. I've done that for years. Why do you think I wear hats? I've cut my hair for years because I can't stand like getting that rolling the dice and going to someplace like a barbershop or something like that, and I get in the chair with somebody who wants to talk forever, and I'm like, shut up.
Moon over here cut his hair with a Flowbee.
That's right.
I fade my.
You have a Flowbee too?
No, I don't have a Flowbee. I fade.
He
my
had
stuff, though,
a legit.
Yeah,
well, his dad
had
one
from the 90s.
The big, the thing that's like the sucker thing, right?
Yeah. It works phenomenally well.
Yeah, I can tell.
Thank you. No, my father's still doing it that way. Yeah. I just borrowed his because he's been doing it since 95 or 94.
Yeah, see, I
use mom and dad. Wow. Both your mom and dad had Flowbees since 90.
Yeah, since whenever it came out, early 90s. Wow. I was in middle school.
Wow. Yeah, no, I've never used one of that. I always used clippers and a mirror, and I'm like, if I screw it up, it's like nobody's gonna see it anyway. So
I'm imagining the Flowbee factory. This was their time to shine. I mean, they were.
The Flowbee factory is a guy's house in San Diego.
Well, remember they shut down? They had to shut down because the demand was so great that they couldn't produce it. Yeah, they couldn't make enough.
Can you imagine having that situation? That's your only problem with it not being a multimillionaire.
And it probably
crank out Flowbees fast.
It probably happened overnight. He probably went to bed, woke up the next morning. He's like, "Why do I have 700 emails? What the hell?"
Yeah, right. Oh no.
I know. And John Caparulo's in the studio with us. I know you got to be out of here by 8 o'clock. You got other place to go. But Funny Bone. Tonight, 7:30, 9:30, 7 and 9:30 tomorrow. Before you leave, we have an up-and-coming comedian in the other room over there.
Okay.
And how long have you been doing comedy for?
I've been doing comedy for 23 years now. 23
years. So our dear King Scott over here has been kind of doing his thing every day, telling jokes. And if he could maybe tell you some jokes and you could critique them, would that be okay?
I could probably use them right now, but
feel free to steal anything.
Afterwards.
Scott, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Did you know this was coming?
I had a feeling.
Okay. Here we go. King Scott and your headline goo.
What's going on in the news today?
And, John, feel free to jump in and give him a grade. Tell him what he's doing wrong. Okay. All right, King Scott, go.
All right, I'm going to impress you all. Brad Pitt is dating a young, sexy German model. And in a totally unrelated news, Jennifer Aniston just adopted 2 new cats, and she couldn't be happier.
It's a delivery, right?
You don't have to fake laugh, just so you know.
Thank you. So I'm going to take back my laugh.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Withdraw that from the record. That's.
All right, Tom Cruise filmed himself going to the movies. It was supposed to mark a triumphant return to theaters, but then tragedy struck when a 5'9" guy sat in front of him.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That made me laugh. I didn't know where we were going, and that was hilarious.
You know, I do like that. I like the. Go ahead.
QAnon conspiracy theorists say Ellen DeGeneres is a pedophile, which, although horrifying, is still easily the nicest thing anyone said about Ellen DeGeneres in months.
Knew you could do there.
Well, you know what? I like the theme of they're all bad. You know, because it's like if you had one of them that was good, then that wouldn't fit your motif. But it's like since you have a theme of they're all with it, yeah. Because if you stick with it, and after a while, the not funny becomes funny. So it actually it's I like it. I like
turning it on its head.
Yeah,
consistency is key.
You're gonna need like a costume or something though.
He's got it. Look at his hair.
At the wig. All right, Ellen.
Next.
Okay.
Ellen Pompeo may leave Grey's Anatomy. If they want to replace her with someone experienced at pretending to be a TV doctor, there's Dr. Phil.
Somebody touched my pee-pee.
Oh, it's bad when the soundbite when soundbite gets more laughs than the joke, Scott. We might need to go back to the drawing board.
Here's a good idea. Let's all get drunk.
Now it's okay.
The creators of Stranger Things...
You can suck this.
Okay. All right, enough there, Scott.
The creators of Stranger Things say the lockdown gave them more time to work on scripts and steal from 1980s movies. Okay. Kim Kardashian did a photo shoot in a skimpy bikini on a beach in Mexico this week, and now that beach has a different kind of sand crab to worry about.
That's good. That's a good one. That's good.
What does Dr. Phil think?
I don't get it.
What are you doing, you effing little bitch?
Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom named their baby girl Daisy Dove Bloom. They say they couldn't be prouder of their new bouncing Dr. Seuss character.
I'll give you that one.
Right,
that's not bad.
A recent study found that smiling.
That's good. That's good.
A recent study found that smiling tricks your brain into happiness, but then so does cocaine, and it's a lot more fun to take.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, it turns out the man who was shot by the Secret Service outside the White House earlier this month was holding a comb. But to be fair to the Secret Service, a comb could be more damaging to President Trump than a gun. I made a goobie with you.
I think you ended strongly.
I like that.
Jeff?
Wow, maybe Monday you'll get them. Who knows? Maybe Monday.
Also, before you leave, we do have something to give you. John Caparulo, since this is the second time you're on the show, you are officially a member of the Second Timers Club.
Right. That's right. I love it. I love it.
Well, you can't keep the frame, by the way. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that back.
Okay, good. Because I was like, can I have to pack this? Really? Like, I was gonna. You know what? And I would have been nice the whole time, leaving. Like, thanks. You really take the whole thing with me, huh?
Everybody says that. We get
that.
About
40 pounds.
How do I get this through customs?
But but I do like the certificate. That's awesome, guys. I appreciate it.
You got it. Well, thanks for coming in again. We'll see you. We'll see you next year.
And I love that you did Rizzuto.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Wait, was it? What
you know what it's from, don't you?
I do. Wait, it said to sign it like Phil Rizzuto. Oh,
you're there.
Come on,
you're there.
Man.
You're there.
Those are Z's.
It was what?
Schindler's List.
No, it wasn't Schindler's List, man. Why would they talk about baseball in that movie? Talk about baseball.
Jurassic Park.
They're putting people in the gas.
It wasn't
chamber.
Jurassic
Come on,
Park
man.
either. It's a Sandler movie, Adam Sandler movie.
Oh yeah,
Couch. Are you going to the mall later?
It's Billy Madison.
Is it Billy Madison?
Yes, it's Billy Madison.
You got it. You nailed it. I knew you would get it.
From something, but
since you got it right, you get to take that piece of paper.
I am proud to say I haven't watched Billy Madison in a long time.
Oh.
So
Maybe I should.
I actually should. Happy Gilmore was always my favorite, one of his movies. But
well, thank you for stopping by. It's John Caparulo at Funny Bone.
Thank you guys so much.
Tomorrow,
appreciate it.
STLFunnyBone.com for your tickets.
He goes, they didn't have time to talk about baseball and Schindler's List.
It's 8:03.
Things to address.
8:03 Friday. Look, your traffic and weather. Here is Patrico.